Hey, what's up everybody? For today's video, I'm going to be going over a Pyromancer build that was originally created by another YouTuber called TikTak. I'm going to leave a link to his video and his channel for anyone that wants to check him out and his Pyromancer build. Now, I didn't copy his build entirely or there wouldn't really be a point in me making this video. So I modified his build to work just as well, if not maybe even easier to use, but I'll let you decide which one you think is better. Leave a comment in which version of the build you think is easier, more fun, and effective at clearing tier 15 pod challenges. Now I'll show you guys everything that makes the build so good. As you can see, I'm running the exact same weapons and gun mods used in his build because they're absolutely perfect and there's nothing I could possibly do to make them any better. The reason they're so good is because the Wicker, Torment and Agony, and the Shotgun all have armor piercing and status power. Except for the Shotgun, it doesn't have status power. Now, we need these stats because our main skill, the Phaser Beam, gets increased damage from status power and armor piercing. I'll explain when I get into the armor section why armor piercing is so helpful, it'll just make more sense then. As you can see, I have Moaning Winds on all of these weapons, meaning we're not actually going to use them that often, but only when we have a split second to proc the mod. For the helmet, I'm using the Helmet of Akari with Fire Tsunami to hit multiple enemies with Heat Wave and Burnout to make those enemies hit take even more damage from any source afterwards. The body piece is the Armor of Akari with Ashen Champion, so that when we hit multiple enemies with our Phaser Beam, we can get a 20% anomaly increase for each enemy hit by it for a max of 100%. For the second mod, I'm just using Tidal Wave so that we can use 2 Heat Waves to help stack up our anomaly power since we're running the Akari set. The Akari set boosts our anomaly power by 50% for each enemy damaged by Heat Wave, so having 2 of those is going to be really handy. With the legs, I'm going with the Waistcloth of the Akari to complete the set and get the set bonus active. The mods I have on this are Anomaly Echo to give me more anomaly power every time I activate an ability, and Unstoppable, which gives me more anomaly power based on my resistance piercing, which is going to matter when I get into the class tree after. For the gloves, any pair will do as long as they have cooldown reduction and either status power or anomaly power, but the cooldown reduction is a must for it. Mod wise, I'm just using Frequent Phaser to reduce the cooldown of Phaser Beam and Bullet Kindling for some extra damage. Bullet Kindling can be swapped out for either Captain Hunter if you can, but either mod works just fine. The last piece of armor is going to be any kind of purple boots as long as they have cooldown reduction and either anomaly power or status power. But again, the cooldown reduction is a big must for this build to work. The 2 mods I'm running on this are Volcanic Armor because we're going to be using Phaser Beam a ridiculous amount and this makes us a lot more tanky when using the ability. So we take as little damage as possible and never go down. The second mod is No Resistance Against the Fortified. The reason I'm taking this mod is that it boosts our resistance pierce by 50% of our armor piercing. And now going back to our weapons, all of them have a 30% armor piercing bonus, so we're guaranteed a 15% resistance pierce bonus on any weapon we have in our hand. So then, if we go back to our leg armor, if you remember, we get our anomaly power increased by 50% of our resistance pierce. I know it sounds kind of complicated, but trust me, in the end, the build is completely worth it for the speed and fun you'll have with clearing tier 15 challenges by yourself or with friends. Now, for skills, I'm using Heat Wave to boost my anomaly power and to help clear out more enemies. Some of the highest amounts of damage I've done with Heat Wave have been well over 300,000 with an extremely short cooldown of 5.5 seconds. The exact same thing with Feed the Flames. Boosts my anomaly power, takes out lower health enemies, stops attacks, and gives a better heal from this ability, all with the same damage as Heat Wave. Our main damage is going to be the Phaser Beam. Everything in this build is focused around the Phaser Beam ability for our highest output of damage with the shortest cooldown possible of 5.3 seconds. Lastly, let's dive into the class tree. I'm following TikTak's build by going down the middle tree and picking up health, cooldown reduction, more health, more cooldown reduction, some armor, more health, and then we're going to go up the skill tree just so we can get Hot Situation. Now, Hot Situation means when we activate our ability Feed the Flames, we're going to get a 45% anomaly power increase for 10 seconds. Let's go back down the skill tree and grab more anomaly power, more health, distant flame that gives us a total of 12.5% anomaly power, a longer burn duration, more health, more skill leech, and then anonymous lava, so we can constantly stay tanky by increasing our armor by 45% every time we activate heat wave or phaser beam. Then more skill leech, more burn damage, more cooldown reduction, and the last note gets more interesting. Grabbing magma element is going to increase our armor and resistance pierce. If you remember going back to our armor, we increase our anomaly power from our resistance and armor pierce. So we're going to get a nice anomaly power boost from this. I'm going to leave a link in the description to Rounded TikTak's channel for anyone who wants to check him out and his Pyromancer build as well. And again, I only edited his build. For the end of this video, I'm going to play some clips of me going through a tier 15 pod rescue to show how effective, versatile, and easy this build is to use. If you liked the video or found it entertaining, leave a like or a comment on what you want to see next or think I could do better. That's all for this video. I'll see you all in the next one.
Whatever that thing is, that switch is The insurgents had a functioning power cell down here.
What did you do?